audio only.
Audio only. You're allowed. We love you. You're okay.
And just want to let you know I'm in setup.
Okay, setup. Great. Thank you guys so much. We have another minute. Oh, hi, Carrie. She's in the faked out library, which I made for her too. Everyone was asking me about my background. This is not my real background. I wish it was. Carrie is probably not really in a library. Carrie is one of our mission patient support folks who actually does the work of American Cancer, actually talks to the hospitals and educates our doctors on how to treat our cancer patients the best available. I saw a couple other faces. Kayla's on staff here at ACS. We have a few. Oh, hallway between registration and entry. Great, Deb. Appreciate that. Appreciate you letting me know. I'm going to give it one more minute and then we will launch in. And I started the recording and we'll go from there. I will mention I am a breast cancer survivor. I am 9 years out.
Woo,
woo!
Yeah, woo.
Congratulations on that. 9 years is
Thank
a
you.
lot. Wow.
Me too. Me too. If you can hear me, me too. I'm a double.
We can
I'm a two.
hear you, Renee.
You can hear me or you can't.
We can.
Breast and
Yes.
abdominal. I'm 15 years post breast, 12 years post abdominal.
I love that. Thank you so much for volunteering.
Hey, congratulations.
That's why I'm here.
Do that.
Thank you, Renee.
Okay,
12:01. Let's rock and roll.
Yeah, thank you. I'm just going to mention, Carrie, can you message Abby Samuels? She's looking for the link. All right, everybody. I'm Ginger. I am one of the 2 staff partners that helps take care. Thank you, Abby. Hi, Abby. That helps take care of Taste of Hope. So myself and Susan Broger will be the main ACS contacts for everything that's about to happen. You are on board for a wild ride. And Joanne Perkins, hi Joanne, is our lead for all volunteer management.
61655172729.
We're going to mute everybody. Joanne, are you able to, or Carrie, grab and mute the lines? We're going to mute you. I'm going to do a little bit of a dump of information and you guys are going to have your head spinning and we will move through this. So
it muted you, Ginger, so unmute yourself.
I'm unmuted. There we go. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes. Ginger,
Yes.
could you please make it a full screen for us?
Yes, ma'am.
I cannot see it.
Okay.
There we
One
go.
second. Did it come?
It reverted back to the, there you go. Okay. Don't touch anything.
Okay, I won't touch anything. I can't see you guys and I hate not having faces to look at. So I just want to say welcome to our volunteer training for Taste of Hope. This is the second of 2 sessions. I appreciate you guys taking some time over your lunch hour and being with us. We've had a tremendous turnout. We really appreciate it. There's a lot of things that happen with this event and you guys are all working in different areas. And so this is something we implemented to try to help stem off some of the questions that happen. So the first thing that I want to do is just the mission and tell you what the event is. Like, what are you about to do? So most of you are aware of and familiar with the American Cancer Society. We really work every day to research and end cancer. We have programs and research. And even though we have a national brand name, we absolutely hit things locally. We provide rides for people to treatment. We do our 1-800 number. Michigan is one of the top 10 states to call for assistance on our 1-800 number. There are so many different cancer programs. Terry O'Donnell Murphy's on this call, and she actually interfaces with the hospitals to make sure that our hospitals are getting the best information and able to treat our patients with the best science and the best guidelines and all the information and resources we have at our disposal. So national name, but we do very much have a local impact. So just want to mention that. You guys are about to join us for one of our most exciting events of the year. And we call it the Taste of Hope. It is a chef's competition. And basically, it's a strolling dinner auction is what's going to happen. So here's a couple of pictures of things that happened last night. It is a big room. We are at Frederick Meyer Gardens. We take up the whole front half of the thing and the ballroom. Some of the food is tremendous. It's competition caliber. So we have a judging panel that actually like real judges, like culinary people that I don't even know what you call them, experts, and they judge all the food that is served that night, and then we get to vote too. So there's also a people's choice portion. This picture on the left is the little frames. That's actually part of the silent auction. For those of you that are working in silent auction, I just draw your attention to that. Here's another picture of the silent auction on the left. We do hang these huge 10-foot tall banners of the chefs around the room because we can't do it without them. It really is a very strong and kind partnership with our American Culinary Federation team. The president of the American Culinary Federation is actually the guy in the center of that picture. So he was on Fox 17. He was actually on this morning on Fox 17. On the morning mix, and Michelle's there, and Chef Fong from Monsoon. We love him. He's amazing. So basically, guests are going to check in at registration. They're going to stroll around. They're going to bid on some stuff, do a wine pull. They're going to be invited to buy a raffle ticket, and I'll get into some of those things. And then they're going to go sit down at their tables and drink some wine and watch this amazing live auction. To give you just a quick view of the timeline of the evening, the doors open at 6 p.m. and the chef stations are all open at the time. The bars are open. Silent auction is active. The wine pull is happening. We're selling raffle tickets. At 8 p.m., we transition to the live program. And the chef stations actually close at 8 p.m. And then at 8:30, the silent auction closes. At 8:45, we do around 8:45, we're going to do the chef awards. And then at the closing, we do a paddle raise, a fund the mission. Most people are familiar with that sort of thing. Have a few closing remarks, and then we'll have the Luminaria path as the guests leave. And I will explain what all of these things are. Don't worry. Joanne and I did this call on Monday, and I just put together a couple of the frequently asked questions to try to help answer a few things right off the bat. What do you wear? Some people really like a concrete answer to this. I will tell you it's cocktail. Most of the time, I would tell you to wear black. You don't have to wear black, wear navy, but just some people really like a concrete answer. So black it is. We are doing a breast cancer story. So several of our stories that night are breast cancer survivors. So if you want to do a pop of pink or something, or pink shoes, or a little like bow tie that's pink if you're a man, that would be great. I would mention also, please wear comfortable shoes. It is a huge space. There will be a lot of walking that evening. If you know you need a seated position, let Joanne know, and we will do everything we can do to accommodate. Not a problem. We just better if we know. If you arrive before 5 p.m., we're going to ask you to go to the Pfeiffer room. So just park in the regular parking out in the front of Frederick Meyer Gardens off the East Beltline, and then the Pfeiffer room, which I may have spelled wrong. But that's where all the volunteers will be before 5 p.m. After that, it'll be up front at the ticket area. What time do you report? I'm going to tell you that every job is a little bit different. So check your email from Joanne. She has set specific times for everyone to come in. If you're on setup, it's earlier in the day. If you're on registration, they're coming in a little ahead of time to do a little extra training, because Reg is like using our check-in system. We want to make sure you're versed in that. So check your emails for your start times. Should you eat before the event? So I mean, we do as you wish, but we will have food in the volunteer room for you. But you're also welcome to try the chef's food. I would ask that you not get into the lines really when the guests are going through the lines. If you could kind of wait till the guests have mostly like gone through the lines, And then my second ask is if you try the food at the event, because it is a foodie event, please just keep your stations clean as possible. I don't want to see like dirty plates and everything like at registration or like sitting on top of the wine pole. Like that's not what we're aiming for. Your main contact for questions at the event, each area has an area lead. So like if you're in raffle, there is a person, Carol Lee, who's like the raffle lead. So if you have a question specifically in your area, there is a lead person. So I would start there. And then I would say move to either Susan or myself or Joanne. And we will do our best to help you out with those questions. I did hear someone was on registration. We probably have a couple on here. You should have been sent an email invitation to join Give Smart is our program. And if you could please sign in soon before you arrive at the event. There is an on-site training that will be before the event at 3:30. Okay, I'm going to roll through the rest of this and then we'll do open for questions and answers. Hopefully that helped. And Joanne, stop me if I'm missing anything major. I just wanted to—
doing great. Thank you.
Thank you. So the next slide is a really crazy, boring chart, and I'm sorry it's not beautiful yet. We will make it beautiful. I wanted to give you an idea of what this space kind of looks like and where you guys will be working and everything. So this is kind of a close-up of that ballroom at Frederick Meyer Gardens. We do have 50 tables, 50 tables of 10. We are completely sold out. We've actually been sold out for about 3 or 4 months. We have 12 competing chefs, and these are the chef stations. I will tell you that they did move around a little bit yesterday, and I did not update this slide. So when you get there, you will have sheets and maps available. So some of you I heard say working in the ballroom, you will be in amongst those tables. You'll be watching for bids for being a spotter, but also you may be a wayfinder or pathfinder or a greeter. And this is the kind of map that we will provide for you to help get folks into their right positions. So this map is really big and a little bit confusing. Joanne will send these slides out after, but I just wanted to highlight this is the entire space, that all of Frederick Meyer Gardens. So if you look in the lower left-hand corner where it says Hope, that is actually the entry point. So you come in the entry, we have big lighted letters that say Hope right there because we are Taste of Hope. And then you walk down that hallway, and if you walk straight ahead into those light lime green tables, that's registration. And so for those of you working in registration, I just wanted to give you an idea of where you would be. If you go around that hallway and you see the first yellow B, then you have the purple tables. The purple tables are silent auction. So some of you are working in silent auction, and I just want to let you know where that one will be. And then you will turn, those X's are just like high tops that will be like pulled around and used. And then this one doesn't show the ballroom detail and the chef stations, but just to kind of give you an idea where you will be sitting. With it being a chef's competition, I just wanted to give you a quick preview. These are the actual picture of the awards that we're going to be giving. I love the design this year. They came out really nice. So the chefs are competing for the best taste, best presentation, best booth design, people's choice. So somebody had written that they were like a greeter towards the front of the house in between registration and silent auction. That is the People's Choice Award people. And I think Joanne and I like jokingly call them the pebble people, because every person that comes in receives a little token, a pebble, like those little glass tokens you use in an aquarium. And then they are invited to put those and vote for their favorite chef in the event. So that will be happening as well. This is an example.
That is how the whole voting.
Yes.
I was just going to say, could you please explain how the voting actually transpires during the evening? Because I think that's really interesting.
Oh, yes. So the taste, presentation, booth, and top chef are all done by a judging panel. So we have like the president of the Culinary College, we've got the president of the American Culinary Federation, we've got a really huge food blogger, We do have like our presenting sponsor gets to put a judge in. So there's a few things like that, but there's a team and a table that will taste everything that the chefs bring, and they have voting charts and they will rank them. And so those are all chosen by the official judging panel. The People's Choice Award is the one where we get to vote. So everyone gets that little voting token. And then at each chef station, there is a container, and everyone is invited to, after you've tasted a few, put your little token into the right, whatever container, whoever you think was the best. And we collect those. And then when it comes time to do the award, we'll pass out the People's Choice Award. In order, I'm going to talk a little bit about live auction. We're almost done with this slide part, guys. Hang in. So this is just fun stuff. So the chefs themselves, these restaurants, these organizations that are taking part in this are all required to donate a package of $1,500 or higher. And so this is an example of a live auction package that will go off. So these things are usually somewhere between $1,500 and they can be up to $5,000, $8,000. I've seen some pretty crazy things happen. So these are the type of packages that you're going to see. If you've not seen like a real auction go off, it is so fun. So if any of you guys are auction spotters or bid recorders or bid runners, you're going to be in the room. We are charged to add energy to the room. We need you guys whooping it up and hollering. I can never sit still during the live auction. It's really exciting. Our auctioneer, we fly him in from California. He's amazing. He's one of the best charity auctioneers in the nation. I will stand by that. And he brings a ton of energy. So we will have all these chefs come up to the stage. They will auction off their packages and it will get kind of competitive. This is our raffle stuff. So I saw Abby is on the call. Abby is one of our lead raffle folks. So we procured, our chair of the event is Annette Rapash, and she procured a Gucci purse that we all want, right? This is the one that was like, you know, made for me. Sorry about the rest of you, but I have to win this. It is basically a $2,300 value purse. It is actually sealed right now. We aren't allowed to open it till we get to the event. And the people can buy a raffle ticket for the Gucci purse. And then we have a second raffle for some diamond hoop earrings. So some of you that are local probably know Almacian Jewelers, and they provided a 90, there's 90 diamonds, 14 karat white gold. It's almost 1.5 carats for these earrings and almost $5,000. So basically, for the raffle, and you all are welcome to bid or buy or raffle and be a part of all of this. You can buy one ticket for $100 or 3 tickets for $250, and then they can choose to put their tickets into which raffle they want to be in. So if they want to only put all 3 tickets into the bag, they can do that. So it's going to be kind of fun. We anticipate selling over 100 tickets to the raffle. These are some pretty big value things. And then kind of I think this is
Ginger, sorry, quick question.
Yes.
Quick question. Is there a limited number of raffle tickets being sold?
Yeah, great question. We are printing 300 tickets. Yep. So great question. All right. The last piece that, sorry, was there something else? I'm sorry.
Yeah, just really quickly for raffle, is it card only through GiveSmart or is cash also an option?
We will, any way they want to pay us is fine.
Okay.
We would prefer that they would just use their bid number. Everything that will happen in the evening can be purchased through their bid number. That is really how we would prefer that they pay. But if someone wants to whip off a couple of hundred and hand it to Abby, I'm all for that. Go for it.
Okay.
And they will do that. The Luminaria path is something new this year. This is an extra way that we're going to like bring home the impact of American cancer. Some of you guys have taken part in our Relay for Life events. And one of the most moving things that happens at that is the Luminaria lap that they do. So we procured these exact luminarias, and people will be invited to donate $25 and write their name onto the bag. And we're going to set them up on the exit of Frederick Meyer Gardens. So for those of you that know, we're all going, oh my gosh, this is going to be so pretty, right? So as they leave that evening, some of you may be a part of the setup of the luminaria. So during the live program, if you are at loose ends, we could use some hands setting up the luminaria out front. As a volunteer, we have a bag for you. We're going to just gift you a bag. We'd like to make sure we have a nice showing. So our volunteers, when you arrive on site, we will ask you to honor, memorial, add a name to a bag, and we will start with that bunch to get going. And then just one last note is that my philosophy with this particular event, and I'll take us off the big share here, is to always say yes. So if we have a customer and they're like, I want to split my bid between these 6 different, credit cards, great. The answer is yes, we will work that out. And your lead is your first person to go to. And then I would say if it gets more complicated than the lead can manage, it's going to be me, Joanne. We have Cindy is our lead on registration as well. So there's people that are in place to help you like manage through any complicated thing that comes up. But the general answer is yes, absolutely. I need to find the answer for you, right? And we're so happy that you came and you're here. That is really the bulk of what I wanted to share with you as the overall vision of the event. And then honestly, Joanne, was there anything major that I missed? Anything that I need to add?
No, I don't think so. Unless anybody has a very specific question about what their role is, please do pipe up and ask about that. Otherwise, some people have asked me why come in at 4:30 if we really don't need them to 5. It's because I've gotten 1,000 emails and texts from people saying, I don't get off work until 5 o'clock. I'll be there at 5:15, or what about traffic and blah, 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 blah. And so we built in a little bit of buffer for a couple of reasons. One is we don't want you all to be stressed. We want you to have a minute to sit down and have something to drink and sort of collect yourself, because invariably most people do work, and just kind of get into the groove of the atmosphere. I would say that it is very elegant. So if you're picking an outfit, please pick on the elegant side. I would say if you're on tear down, you're welcome to come a little bit early and enjoy. If you're just on set up, you're welcome to come in blue jeans and a sweatshirt and then go into the restroom and change into your more formal clothes. And please do join us for the evening. It really is a remarkable event. There's nothing else quite like this that goes on in Grand Rapids, and you just want to be in the room and have fun. So we are there to keep a very upbeat, happy, smiles on kind of atmosphere for our 500 guests. I will also say that we have 100 volunteers. And what we know from previous experiences is that I'm going to hear from about 15 people over the next week that can't make it due to getting the flu or life, COVID, whatever. And if that happens to you and you have to reach out to me, please do not feel badly. We've built those numbers into this group because we know that it happens that first week in November. So please don't feel badly about that. I'd much rather you let me know than just not show up. And other than that, just look for us on Monday evening. We'll be there all day setting up and getting ready, and have a good time with it. Right? It's going to be fun.
Heidi has a question. And you guys, if you need to drop off at this point, go ahead. I feel like I've given you the basics. Watch your emails for Joanne. And you guys are welcome to register and bid and be a part of our game. And we'll just open and flip ourselves over to some questions. So Heidi, it looked like you had the first question.
Yeah, so I've not been part of this before, and I'm on the floor with the live auction. Am I going to be responsible for deciding whose number went up when?
No. So the auctioneer is really good, as I said, and he will call out the numbers. Basically, if you're a spotter in the room, you need to point with 2 fingers, because culturally 1 finger is bad. I'm just telling you all, never point with 1 finger. 2 fingers or a hand. So if you see someone's number, go, I know everyone practice, right? We're doing the aisles in the airport, right? So you, Heidi, will probably be, honestly, you'll probably have to crouch down a little bit, or stand on the edge of the room. But we want to make sure that the auctioneer sees all the bids, and it's a big room, right? We got 50 tables, right? So you'll probably be stationed like about 2/3 of the way back in the room. And then you'll have like a couple of tables you just keep an eye on. And then if this person happens to bid, you know, maybe there's a waving of the arms, maybe there's a hoot and a holler. Hey, Chris, don't miss this one back here. You know, it's fine. Make some noise. The thing about this room in West Michigan is everyone gets very excited. It gets competitive. It is a sight to behold, and it is fun. So feel free to like get up there. Don't try not to block the bidders' views. You know, we don't want to like miss a bid number, and we do have bid recorders, but you know, 2 fingers. Hey, Chris, I got one over here, or like, hey, don't miss this guy in the back, that kind of thing. So we want to make sure to capture all of the winning bidders, especially. And then the really big time when we need a lot of spotters is during Fund the Mission, which is the last thing we do. So that's the last thing in the evening. And Abby wants a megaphone. Ooh, cowbell. I can work on that, Abs. Do you have one? She might have one. So
Jenny
Heidi
Beamer does
adds some-
somewhere have a cowbell, and I think
probably do it
ACS
our
Storage
locker.
does have a bunch.
I like the cowbell. Alexis has one. Okay. So basically just the spotters help to add energy to the room. We help to make it exciting. Like, oh my gosh, this is a good package. I've been known to grab a bottle of wine off one table that no one was drinking and give it to the guy that just lost the bid and invite him to like, I'm so sorry you lost the bid. Get that card back up. This is a great package. Get in there. The chefs are hamming it up on stage. They're like, pick me, like, come on. Like they want to get the biggest bid. They want to raise the most money. I will tell you that the goal for the event is to raise 260,000 is like our budget. We are actually already projecting at finishing at 285, and our stretch goal is 300,000. So we don't know at this moment if we can hit 300,000, but if Abby can sell the hell out of the raffle tickets, if we all buy one, right? And people like buy our luminarias and make some donations that are Fund the Mission, I think we could potentially hit 300,000. So that'll be our big like question mark for the evening. That's like the stretch goal. So we're pretty excited. This is
And so
only our
what does
second year.
$300,000 do,
Wow. Oh,
Ginger?
yeah, that's a great
What
question.
does $300,000 do for the American Cancer Society? How many lives does that save? How much treatment does that provide? How many car rides does that mean?
Oh gosh,
The
Abby
treatment.
or Carrie or any of you guys on staff, do you guys know the answer?
Just
Abs?
high level.
Yeah.
Those high level, honestly, like when we think that big, we can think fund a researcher for 3 years.
Yep.
Um,
So what I was going to say is the paddle raise at this event is restricted to Michigan researchers. So we, as the staff of American Cancer, we raise about $7 million in a year. And that's good. Like we're good. We're a really good team here in Michigan, and we all like each other a lot. So it's really fun. So we'll have fun. You'll have fun with the staff too. Like it's a really fun thing. But in terms of research, American Cancer actually puts $14 million back into Michigan. So almost like, you know, almost double what we're able to raise. So doing events like this can actually like help us like carry the burden, right? Like, because ACS is putting more into Michigan than we are able to raise in the state of Michigan in terms of programs and research and all the various things that we do to help patients. So the paddle raise, one of our goals, so last year we restricted the paddle raise to Michigan researchers as well. Over the course of the year through gifts and everything, we are sitting at a balance of 400,000 in that fund. And when we hit 500,000, we can actually fund our first researcher in Michigan with this fund. And so if we are able to raise about 95,000 in the paddle raise, just the paddle raise part, then we'll be able to like give out another grant in Michigan to Michigan researchers. So just a fun thing.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. I will stay on. Joanne probably has a few more minutes as well. We're happy to take more questions. If people need to bug out to go get lunch, I totally get it. Renee, yes.
One last thing. I'm sorry. Can I just say one last thing? If anybody wants to email me directly, I have job descriptions for everything. So if you didn't get a thorough enough explanation this morning, please feel free to text me or email me, and I'll send you a picture of the actual job description. Otherwise, you can learn on the fly. I'm sure you'll be fine.
Joanne, would you do that? Can you hear me? Would you do that for me? Send me a job description.
Sure,
I
Renee.
believe silent auction. I did not get that. Someone else told me they
Okay.
saw my name on the list. And
Okay.
so that will answer my question. Like, will our lead tell us what to do?
Absolutely. I will say, Renee, in silent auction.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thanks,
thank you.
In silent auction, so our silent auction is actually all in, it's going to be like on their phones, right? So we have a beautiful display where we're like showing different things, and we're like, talking it up, and like, look at this amazing thing that you could get a bid in on. But ultimately it will move to their phones. And then throughout the evening, we will be hitting them with text messaging to remind them, like, oh, you've been outbid. You better jump back in there and add into that. So when you're in silent auction, or even if you're in a different area, if you can kind of like pick out a package or two that you love, that you're like, oh my gosh, did you read about this Marco Island vacation? It's like $4,000. It's on silent auction. I'm sure it's going to go for less than 4,000. What an amazing opportunity, right? It's a private home. Live auction, pick out your favorite package. I have a couple. I love Monsoon, like Chef Fong. He's doing live jazz music with his dinner, which is amazing. I happen to be loving Jessica Ann from the Candied Yam is doing a like backyard barbecue for 40. I think that's going to be pretty popular. So yeah, we'll send you out some of our teasers.
So one more question. Now, we do not bid on silent auction. We can just do the raffle, correct?
You can bid on silent auction as well.
Yep. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yep. Absolutely. Play the game. Come. This is the way you get in, because I sold the room out in 4 months.
Yeah.
So that's how we do this. So you guys get to come in and be a part of it. Absolutely.
Okay, great.
Any other questions? I see that Carrie kindly shared the tangible giving worksheet, which gives like some of those equations, Joanne, you were asking for, like $25 equates to a ride to treatment for a cancer patient, or, $15 is the thing. It's not $300,000 on that particular worksheet, but it gives you an idea of like where the money goes and like how we use it. I think you guys can be very proud of American Cancer. We have an amazing president. The way that American Cancer uses the money is tremendous. We actually achieved the highest rankings for Charity Navigator, Better Business Bureau, and there's one more, and I can't think of it, but we have the highest ratings in terms of, people always want to know, like, what's the ratio? Like, we're 80 cents on the dollar that goes to the mission, though we all work for the mission anyway, right? But it's pretty remarkable for a program of this size and caliber to be doing this remarkable work. We will have researchers in the room too. This is also interesting. So we have researchers at Van Andel Institute. Now I'm just talking. Van Andel Institute, Michigan State University. They're going to be attending. So you may have an opportunity to actually encounter one of our researchers in person, which is nice. Oh, Carrie, yes. Last year we did almost 100,000 in lodging and transportation grants with our local hospital systems here in West Michigan. Absolutely. And thank you, Joanne. It looks like we got a couple of questions. Oh, Bonnie, she's here quick with the visual aid, the Charity Navigator, and Give with Confidence. It's an amazing organization. Anything else? Otherwise, hey, let's go eat some lunch and meet back on Monday. So. Thank you all.
Thank you
Ginger.
very much. See you Monday.
Yep. Thanks,
Stay
everybody.
on. Bye-bye.